Well, hi and welcome. Thanks for joining me. I'm Cheryl and this is Your Journey Yoga. And today we are going to work on the pelvic floor, strengthening and stretching. So getting both of sides, making sure that we have a strong, effective, healthy pelvic floor. So I'm going to invite you, if you have blocks, grab one or two. Two are going to be supportive. So if your hips are a little bit tighter today, always good to have a prop. Otherwise, one is fine. You can also grab a light book if you like, that's maybe a couple inches thick. That's always a good supplement for a block if you don't have one. So grab what you need. Pillows also will always do the trick, and just have it handy. So we're going to Hi, thanks for joining me. So we are going to work on the pelvic floor today, and I'm going to make a lot of references to our transverse abdominals. I want to do a little experiment for you so that you can know exactly what I'm asking of you today. So I invite you to lay down on your mat. So just carefully find a way to come down. And we're going to extend those legs out long. Taking your fingertips, making a little cup with your hands, I invite you to find the inside of your pelvis, so your hip bones. And I want you to use your index finger, middle finger, and ring finger to curve right along the inside of your pelvis. All right, once you've done that, I want you to press fairly hard, and I want you to cough 3 times. Can you feel the muscles that push out when you cough? Okay, still pressing those fingertips into your abdominal region, right on the inside of your pelvis. Can you re-engage those muscles without coughing? This isn't pushing your tummy out as far as you can, it's engaging the muscles, and those muscles are deep. They go deep within your belly. Those abdominal muscles, your transverse. Can you engage them? Can you keep them engaged even while you're talking? Maybe do a little pelvic tilt and release it. Feel how when you do that pelvic tilt, can you feel those muscles engage? And then release as you relax the pelvis. So as we familiarize ourselves with our muscles, and we can really come mindfully engage them, now keeping just a neutral spine, re-engage them. Do you feel how that affects your pelvic floor? So this is a lot of the work we're going to do today. So whenever I reference your transverse abdominals, this is what I want you to come back to. Let's get started. So we're going to start today in mountain pose, and we're going to give a big shoulder roll up and back and let those shoulders just slide down and away. Do that again, big shoulder roll. Take it up and back. We're just going to let go of tension and tightness. We're going to bring awareness to our bodies. I hope your day is amazing wherever you are in it, and just give those arms a little shake. Standing tall, I want you to focus on your posture. I just want you to stand as tall as you can stand, letting those arms be heavy, feeling the crown of the head reaching towards the sky, those feet rooted into the earth. I want you to notice how your body's aligned, ears over the shoulders, shoulders over the hips, hips over the knees, knees over the ankles. There's this real tendency to kind of hunch forward and let those shoulders roll forward. Stand tall. Let those shoulders roll back. Breathe. Take a moment, close your eyes. Can you engage that pelvic floor, those transverse abdominals? The muscles just along the inside of the pelvis, just inside the hip bones. Can you feel them? Gently open your eyes. Look forward just a bit and a little bit diagonally down at a 60-45 degree angle, something thereabouts. And we're going to slowly transition our weight forward. Stay strong through that pelvic floor. Stay strong through those glutes. Lift up onto those toes. Reach your fingertips down towards the earth. And breathe. Stability and strength, rooted, grounded into the earth. Slowly releasing your heels back down to the earth. Shift your weight to your heels. Core strong, bend your knees. We're going to grab one block, and we're going to place that block between the knees. We're going to sit in our chair pose, extending those arms out. I want you to squeeze that block. Breathe. And then as you exhale, lower the arms. Keep squeezing that block. Stand tall. Squeeze those glutes and sink. And rise, lowering the arms, squeeze that block just as hard as you can squeeze it. I want you to see if you can touch those knees, the insides of your knees together through that block. That's how hard I want you squeezing it. Squeeze and lower. Squeeze and rise. We're going to do sets of 8 of these. If you want to do more or less, absolutely fine. We've got 3 more. And breathe. Last 2. Like I said, if 8's not enough or too much, you be the judge. So we're going to take it down now, and we're going to hold our chair. Squeezing those knees. Pulling the hands to heart center, core strong, shift your weight. Squeeze those knees. Should be feeling this in the inner thighs. Lifting those heels. Can you keep squeezing? Breathe. Gently release your heels. Keep squeezing. And rise. We stand back to our mountain. Open the palms to the front. Roll those shoulders back. Stand tall. Squeeze those knees. Breathe. Inhale, reach to the sky. Interlace your fingers at the top, all but the index finger and thumb. Keep squeezing those knees. Lift. Breathe. Soft through the shoulders. Active throughout your body, slowly bringing the heels back down. Shift your weight to your heels, hands to heart center. We sit to chair. Squeeze those knees. Inhale, rise, extend the arms, and as you exhale, arch it back, squeeze those knees. Inhale it up tall, and exhale, sit to chair. Keep squeezing those inner thighs, those knees. Inhale, rise. Exhale, arch it back. Inhale, rise, and exhale, sit to chair. We rise, moving at the pace of your breath. What do you notice? Is this super hard, or is it fairly easy? The stronger we get through those deep core muscles and through that pelvic floor, healthy, happy pelvic floor. Always a good thing. And arch it back. So we're getting a good stretch. We're activating those muscles. Keep squeezing through the inner thighs. Keep those transverse abdominals engaged. And just move at your pace. 3 more times. Again, more or less, totally up to you. If you want to do 10, if you want to do 20, whatever it is, make this your journey. We take this the last one. Rise, arch it back. Up nice and tall. Interlace your fingers and lean to the right. Keep squeezing that block. Inhaling it up nice and tall. Exhale, lean to the left. Keep squeezing that block. Inhaling it up. Exhale, lean to the right. Inhale it up one more time. Let's lean it to the left. And inhale it up. And go ahead and release those hands down. Take that block, set it down. Actually, you can use it if you need to. We'll hold on to it just for a second. We're going to open up those legs nice and wide. Turning those left toes towards the top of your mat. Holding the block if you are tighter through that left hamstring. We're going to use that as support. If you don't need it, it's okay. You can hold it in the other hand. You can set it down, whatever you need to do. One of the beautiful things about is if you do it long ways, it's going to bring the floor up to you a little bit more. You can graduate down to a little bit lower, until finally you don't even need that block anymore. I'm going to start at that highest point, so I'm going to take it in my hand, holding on to the end, extending those arms out to a T. Let's reach it out over those left toes. When you can't reach anymore, left hand comes down, right arm extends to the sky. Breathe. So again, those transverse abdominals are engaged. We find that breath. If you feel like the block is too high, take it down a notch. And it just is fingertips. It doesn't have to be a holding on to that block. It's whatever you need it to be. If that's too high, again, lower it down. If you want to take it away entirely, take it away entirely. Make sure those core muscles are engaged. Find your breath and rise. Taking that block with you if you need it on the other side. We're going to shift. Left toes come in, right toes go out. Shift the block to your other hand. Extend those arms out to a T. We reach. Breathe and release. Right hand down, left arm high, and maybe one side's a little more challenging than the other. It's a beautiful thing when you use props. You can adjust accordingly. Is it too high? Is it not high enough? Do you need a little more support? How's your body responding? Sometimes it just feels so good because you can actually open up a little bit more when we use that block, as opposed to when we release that block, all of a sudden we kind of turn and let that torso come down towards the earth. We want to open it up and feel this amazing stretch all through that side body. Breathe. Again, we take that block if you were taking it or if you were using it, bring it all the way back up. Let's shift once again. One more time, and we're going to progress from here. So we reach it out. We release it down. Right arm extends to the sky. You be the judge. Been here once before. Is the body ready? Do we need the block? Can you release the block? Do we want to shift the block to a lower position? Core is strong. Extend out of that right shoulder. We're going to come to our revolve triangle. As you release that right hand down, do we need the block on this side? Shift it if you do. Rotate and reach. Lengthening through the spine. Finding that breath. You can be up on your fist. You can be on your hand. You can be on the floor. You can touch your foot. You can even transfer that hand to the pinky toe side of your foot. I want you to feel the length in your spine. Breathe. As you exhale, release that right hand down. We once again roll it open to our triangle. Take a hold of that block if you have it, if you've used it, and rise. How you doing? Shifting those toes. Shifting the block. Left toes in, right toes out. We reach. And we release it down. And again, block. Where does that block need to be? Where's the body ready to go? Extending and lengthening, opening and feeling that beautiful stretch down that left side of the body. Are those transverse abdominals still engaged? You feeling strong? You feel that stretch? As you exhale, releasing that left hand down. Are we using the block? Shift it if you need to. Whatever position works for you, and rotate and reach, opening, extending, being kind to your body. Be mindful of where you are and where you should be. Again, you can be to the inside of your foot. You can be to the top of the foot. You can transfer to the pinky toe side of your foot. As you release that left hand down, rotate open once again, triangle. Taking that block with you if you need to, and rise. Relax the arms. Soft bend in that top knee, and shift forward. We step to the top of the mat. Inhale, reach to the sky. Exhale, swan dive to forward fold. And just relax in forward fold for a moment. Head heavy, face soft. Shifting your weight forward and back. Forward and back. Centering your weight. Inhale up to monkey half lift. Exhale down, walk your feet back to plank. Now you can hold your plank on your toes, or you can come down into your knees. Breathe. Take a moment here. Little pelvic tilt. Squeeze the glutes. Again, engaging those transverse abdominals. You can switch it up. Coming up to the toes, going back down to the knees. We're going to hold here for a moment. I want you to really focus on that pelvic tilt. So oftentimes we have that arch in the back. I want you to resist that little pelvic tilt. Squeeze through the inner thighs, squeeze those buns, lift out of the shoulders. And lift those hips to down dog. Allow your heels to sink, head to be heavy. Gently sway your hips side to side. Coming back to center. Shift your weight to your left foot, right toes to the sky. Exhale and sweep your right foot to the outside of your right hand. Kick those blocks out of the way if you need to. And then that left foot steps in across from the right. Hands to the mat, bottom about hip height. Core strong, slowly lower your bottom down, lifting the chest, bringing the hands to heart center. Now you can use your block here. You can actually sit on that block, taking the pressure out of the hips. You can take it up to that tallest point if you need a little more support. If you don't need any support, guys, don't use it. Let gravity do the work here for you. Elbows right along the insides of your knees. We press those knees open. Breathe. Now you might feel some adjustments, some pops or crack in that lower back, maybe in the hips. I just want you to make sure you're not feeling any pain. There's no tingling or numbness. And then just gently sway side to side. Little movement. If the movement's not great and you feel better just being stable, stay there. Find your breath. We come back to center. Hands are going to come to the mat, and we're going to lift our bum just a little bit. Bringing those hands out and away from you again. Blocks are great here, lifting that floor up to you a little bit more. We're going to alternate bending knees and drawing the knee to the inside. A little tap and open. A little tap and open, just alternating. So mobility through the hips. Yeah, we're opening up through the hips, the groin, strengthening that pelvic floor, keeping those transverse abdominals engaged as best you can. One more time each. And back to that yogi squat. Bring your hands to the mat and extend those legs. That should feel pretty good. Breathe. Shift your weight to your heels. Slowly bend those knees once again. Heel toe those feet in. And very carefully, we come down to a comfortable seated position. We're going to take our block once again, and we're going to place that block between the knees. Bringing those feet in towards your bottom, and then slowly squeeze the knees and slowly lower yourself down. Bringing the hands down by your sides, we pull the feet in. Squeeze that block. Add a little pelvic tilt. And let's slowly lift, peeling that spine off the mat one vertebra at a time. Do your best not to drop that block. And then ever so slowly lower it back down, one vertebra at a time. Can you literally feel each and every vertebra? Keep that block squeezed. And again, pelvic tilt, squeeze and lift. Squeeze, squeeze, squeeze that block. And then slowly back down. Again, magic number 8, realign, pelvic tilt, squeeze, and lift. High as you can get those buns, and then lowering back down. This should fatigue those inner thighs, your glutes. Again, pelvic tilt, squeeze, and lift, and lower. So take it at your pace. Squeeze, realign, and lift. So this is going to help realign that spine. Definitely working those core muscles. Definitely working that pelvic floor. Oh my goodness, can you feel that? If not, squeeze a little bit more. Almost there. 3 more. Again, if your magic number is 5 or 15, whatever it is, for yourself. Last 2 if you're with me. And 1 more. Oh my goodness. Good one. And bring it back down. Nice work. Let's keep that block between the knees. Pull the knees in. Bring the hands down to mid-shin and gently pull. Keep squeezing that block. Just a static hold squeeze. Now let's take those arms, extend them overhead. Breathe. Keep squeezing and extend those legs. You can extend them a little or you can extend them a lot and pull it in. Now if you need your hands down by your sides for more stability, yep, you can do that. Now if you like, you can lift the upper body and lower and lift. So as you extend the legs out, we lift the upper body. Do not have to. Keep those knees squeezed. Keep that belly button drawn in. How you doing? 3 more. And last one. And pull it in. Remove that block, just set it off to the side. We're going to bring those knees in just as tightly as we can get them, and we're going to wrap the forearms right over our shins. Can you take a hold of the opposite wrist or forearm? This is a beautiful stretch for that lower back. Also great to help with bloating. One of the things I love is even when we're working to target certain parts of our bodies, we get so many added little bonuses with these yoga stretches. It's just amazing. And gently release, placing one foot to the mat and then the other. So if you have 2 blocks, you are welcome to grab them. If you are a little bit tighter through the groin and the inner thighs, so we're going to bring the soles of the feet together and we're going to allow those knees to open out to the side. So you can stack the block wherever you need them on each side. A reclined bound angle. If you don't need them and you actually like the gravitational pull of those knees open, that's amazing. Use it. So those blocks are going to remain in place, or no blocks is up to you. Arms are going to come down by your sides just so that you're comfortable. You can open your palms to the sky. I love this. If you're feeling like you need a little extra love from the universe, if things have just been a little bit off, you're feeling a little down, open up those palms. If you feel like life's been crazy and kind of chaotic, I invite you to turn your palms to the earth and feel that grounding sensation. For this one, we are going to do with our eyes closed if you are so inclined. So a little bit of a pelvic tilt. I want you again to feel those transverse abdominals. I want you to keep them engaged so we're not arching the back. And we're going to slowly lift the knees. Soles of the feet are going to touch the floor. Knees are gently going to touch. And then we're going to gently open it back up. Soles of the feet come together and those knees once again find your blocks or just hover above the earth. Again, pelvic tilt, squeeze. Those transverse abdominals are engaged. We lift the knees, bring them to touch. Soles of the feet touch the earth. And then once again, we open it back out to that reclined butterfly or reclined bound angle. And again, lift. So one thing that's going to happen, and I want you to be mindful of, is do your best not to let the back arch too much off the earth as those knees open. There's this real tendency to let the belly just kind of lift, and that back arch, I want you to keep the small of the back down. And we lift, and we open. We inhale as we lift. And we exhale as we open. One more time. If you want to add a couple extra, yes, you absolutely may. We're just going to come down and we're going to hold and relax. Now we're going to bring the palms of the hands to rest on the tummy. One hand just below the belly button, one just below the sternum. And breathe. Now in this pose, finding that release, relaxing. Now I want you to add that pelvic tilt without closing the knees. Pelvic tilt and squeeze those transverse abdominals. And then gently release. Exhale, little pelvic tilt, squeeze. I want you to feel this throughout the pelvic floor region. And gently release. And it might take a few for you to actually feel that sensation. Almost like you're stopping the flow of urine. You can feel that. And release. Remember those transverse, those muscles. You can really feel them engage when you put your fingertips back right along the hip crest. And release. One more time. And release. Gently draw those knees towards one another. Heel toe those feet open. Toes point towards one another. Knees gently touch. We have done a lot of work for that pelvic floor. Work through the hips and the groin. You might be a little sore the next day or two. Recognizing the hard work you have put in. We take a moment here to celebrate all the things that our beautiful body can do, and this ability to gain strength, flexibility, to improve mobility, to improve our posture, our blood flow, oxygen flow. It is all within your grasp as we learn to move mindfully. I appreciate you so, so much. I thank you so much for stopping by the channel. I hope this has been a fantastic session for you. If so, I'd love if you choose to do so, subscribe, come back and see me time and time again. Gently pull one knee in towards your chest and then the other, hands to your shins, just below your knees, and just gently rock side to side. Wherever you're headed on your day, I hope it's a fantastic one. I hope life is good. All the peeps you love are healthy and strong. That you're feeling good, happy and healthy and strong. Let's come back to center. Bringing the hands behind your thighs, rocking yourself up, or using the strength of your arms to help you come back up. Let's turn and face front. Bringing the hands to heart center. A gentle tuck of your chin down towards your chest, and just a moment of gratitude. I thank you for being here, for sharing your time, inviting me into your world. I hope I always impact it in a positive way. Be well, my friend. Take care. Lift your gaze, open those beautiful eyes, and until the next time, light, love, and namaste.